Cowboys 21, Giants 6. Welcome to Talking Giants, presented by DraftKings. I'm your host, Bobby Skinner, here with my co-host, Justin Pennick. And the Jake Fromm era has begun. Justin, you were there. You were sweet life, thanks to DraftKings. And the Giants are 0-3 under the Mike Glennon era, but the Jake Fromm era has started. We got free sodas. It was a great day. How are you?
Bobby Skinner, hi. How are you? Nice to be speaking with you. First off, like on a serious note, thank you to DraftKings. For sending myself, Snacks' brother, picked those two guys because they really helped out with the event a couple weeks ago against the Eagles. And then my friend Antonio, my best friend Antonio, shout out to him as well. So thank you to DraftKings. But on a lesser, more fun note, I guess. Today was like one of the funniest days to be a Giants fan, and especially be like if you were at the stadium. I felt it was hilarious. Now it's more funny to me when I'm sitting in a suite and I'm in the warmth, right? But between the sodas and I warned everybody that you were only going to get one soda, and the fact that I saw tweets of like, I have more than one ticket. Why am I only getting one soda? I warned you with that Larry David Curb Your Soda sketch. It was just hilarious. And I need to say something on a personal note to start. I have been coming to Giants games since 2005, and this is the 11th year of MetLife Stadium. It's our 10th year because COVID took last year away from us. So 10 years I've been going to MetLife Stadium. You get a magnet, you get a towel for you every once in a while, but nothing. I have never gotten anything free at that stadium. I have sat in my seats for every single game at that miserable, rotten stadium. The one game where I am given something for free to sit in a suite that is an open bar, free Pepsis, free food, everything. The one game. You get a medium soda. And I was beside myself.
And Justin's complaining about getting a bunch of free stuff.
Beside myself.
Let's talk about the game a little bit, and offensively.
Nobody wants to hear it.
They couldn't operate under Mike Glennon. Like, Mike Glennon is so much worse than I thought he actually was, and I didn't think he was good, obviously. But like he was so much worse than they were losing the entire game, and he had 99 yards passing, less than 100 yards passing in a game where you were losing from start to finish. The run game worked pretty damn well today. They average over 5 yards a pop, and that's without a QB who has the threat of his legs, like Jones did. So it's like even more reason for the running game to not work, but they average over 5 yards per carry in the running game, and they just couldn't move. They could not get anything going offensively because of Mike Glennon, honestly. And he threw 3 interceptions. One wasn't his fault, but it's like every time he leaves the pocket, he just throws a total duck up. Like, not just like, hey, I'm going to take a shot. Like, just throws a duck up and they turn them into interceptions. I mean, the offense, it turned me into like, all right, let's just play Jake Fromm. Like, and I was joking about how I was like, I'm never going to be on the Jake Fromm train. But now I am on the Jake Fromm train because of how bad Mike Glennon has been.
Here's just a question to start off. Kind of put you on the spot. This may change by the time Wednesday's show comes along. We get to watch Jake Fromm, the old 22 again, whatnot. Does Jake Fromm start against Chicago next week?
I think he is. I mean, Joe Judge basically said he was. He said he's like, we understand it's going to open up speculation on what happens next. Like Joe Judge made it seem like he will start next week.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't listen to the post-game pressure. So, I mean, that's good. It's good. But, yeah, sorry. We literally said on Wednesday's mailbag, we're like, don't be drinking that Kool-Aid of they're going to make that change so quickly. I mean, this dude basically just got here. But, yeah, I mean, Glennon can't even make, like, just basic NFL quality throws of, again, underthrowing Kenny Golladay. I am kind of glad.
Missed a touchdown to Kenny Golladay.
Yeah,
had an easy touchdown to Kenny Golladay in the beginning of the game. I'm
kind of glad on that second interception that he threw that went to Sterling Shepard. I'm glad that was an interception because there was a safety, I believe it was Curse, free safety that was over the top, where if he led Shepard and if he caught that ball, he would have been demolished. Now, Shepard unfortunately tore his Achilles later in the game anyway. That was just a non-contact
just
thing.
getting demolished.
But he would have gotten like killed. And even with that, Evan Engram had a nice catch over the middle of the field. He got killed after he caught that ball too. So even when Glennon completes balls over the middle of the field, these skill position players are just getting killed. He's leading his guys into bad spots even when he completes footballs. It's so bad. And like you said, I would never thought that Mike Glennon would be good, but never would have thought that he would be just this flat out bad, where sometimes it's simple. Throw a ball up to Kenny Golladay. And I guarantee you, coaching staff has told him, dude, just throw this ball up to Kenny Golladay. And 75% of the time, can't even do that right. Throws it behind him.
I always say there's no such good thing as a good backup QB, and obviously there's exceptions to every single rule. But it's like I thought Mike Glennon would be able to operate better than what he has done these past 3 weeks. Like I really did. Like I wasn't like the offense actually going to look better and more efficient. I was like, no, but I was like, Glennon could throw the ball around a little bit, and he just can't.
No.
It's like he doesn't have zip on his balls downfield. He underthrows people like crazy. He's just really bad. I mean, again, they were losing the entire game, and he threw for 99 yards. 99 yards on 24 pass attempts. They didn't have any sacks with Mike Glennon in there to like put. It's not like their sacks are putting them behind the chains. They were able to run the ball halfway decent, at least for the Giants standard. They were able to run the ball well. But then Fromm comes in for one drive and has 17 less yards than Mike Glennon had on the entire day. I mean, Fromm went 6 for 12 for 82 yards.
Started off 4 for 4. And Kenny Golladay, guess what? Got his first, even though it wasn't technically a jump ball.
But it was his first 20-plus yard catch, air yards catch as a New York Giant.
Yeah. Which is bizarre. Like,
even Jones hasn't hit him on that yet.
Which has been, we talk about coordinator and system and Garrett a lot, but, I think part of the whole Kenny Golladay situation and why he hasn't had the season that we wanted him to, injuries number one, but also it really is QB play. It also is QB play, and this is Jones included, about just not giving him the opportunities that we signed him for in the first place. Fromm did it.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, with Fromm, Fromm should definitely start. He should be the starter going forward. He also had one drive in garbage time, and you look at Glennon last week, had a couple nice drives in garbage time. So I don't think any of us, well, there's some people, but I'm also we're going to joke, we're going to have fun with the Jake Fromm QB1 this week and stuff. But I don't expect him to go out and actually play well versus the Eagles next week.
Oh, are we playing the Eagles or Chicago next week?
I think it's the Eagles.
Got it wrong. My bad. Yeah. Can I tell you something that bothered me about Jake Fromm? Now,
why you don't have as many followers as I do?
Does Jake Fromm not have as many followers as you do?
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't.
You didn't see that reply?
No. What? Who? No. What happened?
Well, just say what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna say that Jake Fromm and his throwing motion threw me off a ton. That sidearm was wild.
Yeah, it didn't look that sidearmy at Georgia.
Yeah.
But no, someone replied to your tweet being like, "This freaking Mike Glennon's been sucking all game, and Jake Fromm comes in, and you have the gall to critique him. This is why Bobby Skinner has more followers than you."
Oh, all right. Well, good. I mean, yeah.
I almost quote tweeted that guy too, but I was like, you know what? Forget it. He's a follower.
That's a good. I got somebody.
It didn't look that sidearmy at Georgia.
No, but it was super sidearmy.
He loves the hard count too, by the way. It's like he comes in his first drive, he's like, I'm just gonna hard count them to death.
Good. Let's test our offensive lineman and see who can count. Weed him out that way.
Yeah.
But was it just me? It was super sidearmy, right?
Yeah. It looked like worse than it was like half. It was like not even close to like what Phillip Rivers was. Like it was way more sidearm than Phillip Rivers. Like it looked really weird.
Did you see what he was wearing post game?
Yeah. What is wrong with the Giants' PR, by the way? Like Mike Glennon played the entire game, and they didn't send him out to the media. They sent out Jake Fromm.
I think it's smart.
But it's not right. Like there's a quarterback who played every drive but one, and he didn't talk to the media, and they said it would be like after Dallas Week 1 versus 2019 if they sent out Daniel Jones instead of Eli Manning. Like that's not right. Like I kind of felt bad for the media, some clowns, but I kind of felt bad for the media. It's like, wait, you didn't send out the quarterback who started the game, played the entire game through 3 interceptions is the reason why they couldn't move the ball at all, and you send out Jake Fromm to talk to the media who had played 1 drive in garbage time.
If I was a beat reporter, I would rather talk to Jake Fromm than Mike Glennon.
But it's just that doesn't make any sense. So come on, Giants PR.
I mean, well, did you see what he was wearing though? I mean, like a flannel shirt with like some green.
I guess Glennon did talk to the media. Someone said in the chat, so maybe I just went off for nothing.
So some green like a green like jacket, like a army colored jacket. I mean, the coordination and the matching, like the dude looked like he was about to leave and go out and hunt and shoot some ducks in the swamp.
He is a hunter. I saw a picture of him hunting.
I like the fit. I like the fit. QB1. I like it.
Yeah, you're a big fan of him. Wait, did here? Let me go and look at the people who do quotes.
Now you're getting paranoid.
Yeah.
While you look at that,
I want to make sure that Mike Glennon talked to the media.
While you look at that, I mean, I'm gonna continue to bring up the Soda Gate.
Did you see Zach Rosenblatt called for the stadium to be burned down?
He did. Is this true?
Yeah.
Did not see this.
Here's his tweet for his article. If John Mayer wasn't embarrassed and angry about the Giants' display at MetLife on Sunday, he never will be. Kick a trash can, throw a chair, burn the house down. They're 4-10, miserable. Changes hopefully coming. Fan deserves better. My column.
Did you see that he quoted me before the game and brought back a quote that I told him in 2020, where I said Giants fans have been social distancing at MetLife Stadium for the last couple years anyway. So he brought that back into the world today, which I appreciated.
I don't think Mike Glennon talked to the media.
Is our Patreon chat lying? No.
I think Sean Sullivan lied.
Sean Sullivan. Love you. He's here every show.
Yeah, but I think he lied.
No lying. Not good.
Unless Zach Rosenblatt didn't quote him, and he quotes everybody.
Patreon.com/TalkingGiants. Lie to us while we record the show and confuse us.
Can
I say one more thing about soda?
Now Matthew Johnson's saying they talked to him too.
Oh my gosh, this is nuts.
All right, well, I don't care. Anyways.
They didn't even give you a souvenir cup. What is that? All right, anyway, what's next on the offense?
Will Hernandez is having the worst year of his entire career in the NFL.
There was a stunt he failed to pick up again.
Yeah, it's the worst year of his career. Like his rookie year, he was better. And his rookie year wasn't all that special. His second year, he was better. His second year, he was probably his best season. His third season, he was kind of just an average player, and then got COVID and got benched for COVID, or I guess not. And this year, he's just like really actively bad. Like he just gets beat all the time, and he misses stunts, and he gets beat head up. I don't know why, but Will Hernandez is having this is the worst year of his career by far.
Can I ask a dumb question that I already know the answer to? Hence
is
why
it
it's
Nate
dumb.
Solder and Billy Price's fault?
No, I was just going to say Nate Solder, but sure, it'll include Billy Price in it too.
They don't help, but it's Will Hernandez's fault that he's playing bad like that.
Yeah,
like Kevin Zeitler wouldn't be playing bad like that. He wouldn't be playing as good as he is playing with those guys next to him. But it's Will Hernandez's fault. I can't believe it. I don't even feel comfortable with him as the backup right now. That's how bad he's playing. He's playing so badly. It's crazy how he's he's become a worse football player than he was in previous seasons.
Yeah, his contract's up at the end of this year, and I think both of us, in the middle of the season, were yeah, bring him back, but don't give him anything. Literally, he would have to come in and he would have to compete. Are you even at that point anymore where you even want to offer him anything?
I mean, I would give him $1 million a year to be a backup.
Yeah.
That's what I would give him.
Yeah.
Literally, I would give him the minimum. And if he wants anything more than the minimum, then no. Then I would rather, bring in some other free agent in for the minimum.
Yeah. Bad. Parrott was in for Nate. So let me I'm in the
basically the entire second half.
Nate Solder was out with something, or was he just benched?
I think he was just
rotation.
Rotated. But But Parrott had 2 false starts, so that's the reason why that he hasn't been playing.
Is that a sarcastic comment?
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Oh, maybe Shoulder should be starting." It's like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Parrott should be playing. Parrott should have been playing. He should have been playing since the second game of the season.
There was a few Parsons versus Parrott snaps.
Parsons is soft. He didn't do anything.
Can I say
he didn't do anything? Don't ever call him Lawrence Taylor again. He didn't do anything.
I was gonna say, like, I try not to get mad at football players who say something about, like, especially like ex-teammates, because I know that they're gonna give compliments to their boys. You can't, like, Saquon Barkley, you can't say that about anybody, especially a Dallas Cowboy. You can't compare Lawrence Taylor to anybody. Like, you have to have some sort of awareness of where, like, what kind of football team you are, number one, and then the standing that you have as a football player in this fan base, number two. That helps nobody. And that did make me a little mad.
He didn't do anything. And I know he's a really great player, and I'm talking a little bit of trash, but he didn't do anything today.
He had 0 tackles. He had 1 assist.
Yeah, he had 1 assisted tackle. Like, he made no impact on this game.
He was lining up all over the place, too. I mean, they had him at the edge on the right side, and they had him on the inside. He was out in coverage sometimes, too, when they had Rudolph and Engram flanked out as, like, out wide, and, it was kind of like pseudo wide receivers. He was out there. So, just didn't make much of an impact this game. So
Andrew Thomas is amazing. I love him. I mean, he's good. Billy Price had some bad reps. Solder and Parrott really didn't have any bad reps out of the two of them. Like, that were, like, noticeably bad.
No.
To be fair, they got to play against Michael Parsons, so it's a little
besides
easier.
The stunt. Besides, there was a stunt that Hernandez missed.
Yeah, and it was Hernandez's fault. I know which one you're talking about. It was Hernandez's fault.
Bad.
Saquon, first fumble loss in his NFL career.
Really? He hasn't lost one ever?
No. I know the last time I remember him having one was week 1 versus Dallas in 2019, but he recovered it right away. And
fumble lost. Got it.
Yeah, and then I guess the other one would be the Saints game where when Jones threw in the ball, it was on the ground and got up, and remember Rudolph recovered it on, like, the last drive of the game.
Yes.
So this was his 3rd fumble, the first one he's lost in his career.
And dude, there was a pitch. I don't even want to clip this because I think it's not a very beneficial conversation this week. I just called you dude. When have I ever done that? There was a pitch that Saquon got early in the game where he had space and he had the sideline
behind Hernandez.
Maybe it wasn't one of those dump off screens, and I'm like, dude, run! Like he is just flat out not as explosive. I'm not even saying this as like an evaluation of him just as a football player. I'm saying, like, I don't think physically.
No, he just doesn't look that fast anymore.
He is not as much of an explosive player as he used to be. There's
so many times where it's like go.
Go, dude,
you would expect him to be like do a Saquon thing, and he just doesn't do it. He doesn't run that fast anymore.
Booker on that 30-yard run. I mean, he's not fast, but I mean, he hit it. He went. No hesitation.
Yeah, it's you hope that, the people coming back from the ACL, that, you talk about it where it's second year is a year. I hopefully that's true, because he just doesn't look that good. I mean, today he was hitting the hole hard and everything, but like you said, there's times where it's like go. You got a big play, and he just doesn't. It doesn't turn into a big play. And in years in 2019 and 2018, it would have.
And also, he can't break tackles anymore on a consistent basis. I understand he's not in the open field a ton anymore, but the dude just used to just break tackles left and right, where he's stiff arming, running over, whatever. But he I feel like on a consistent basis, and really ever, just can't break a tackle. It's very, very frustrating to watch, and especially on a 4th and 1, where it's like, this is supposed to be your franchise. That guy.
Well, that's not his fault.
I know it's not his fault, but it's just a frustrating state of the Giants, where a 4th and 1 and you QB sneak it with Mike Glennon, where a QB sneak, I guess, isn't a bad play if you have the matchup. I think it's always
a bad play
if you have the matchup and you have
when
the
you
advantage.
Have the Giants O-line. But they didn't. You don't have any gaps open, and you have a bad offensive line. You have Mike Glennon. That QB sneak's a dumb play. I hate it. By the way, the Freddie Kitchens, the funniest thing was in the 2-minute drill at the end of the first half where they ran the screenplay, and they literally ran the exact same screenplay the next play.
Saquon doesn't get out of bounds on the first one after a positive gain, and then 25 seconds comes off the clock. You snap it,
the same exact
play, and then it's a negative play. Nice. Nice. Oh, by the way, I think it's a 57-0.
No, it's 65-0.
Oh, it's 65. I thought it was. Then Julian texted me a wrong number. 65-0. Final 2 minutes of the half. Giants are down. If that's how you keep track of things.
Yeah.
I have a serious question to ask you. We'll talk about Shep, and then maybe I think that's it on the offense.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say Shep. He's done.
Well, I'm gonna ask you.
Think the last time we seen him as a Giant?
Yes, I want to give him his proper moment, but I have a serious question to ask you. Do the Giants score more than 2 offensive touchdowns in the final 3 games of the season?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, they have Jake Fromm playing quarterback now.
Boom. Okay.
Yes, they do. And Shep, I do. I don't know if we've seen his last snap, because what's his trade value going to be with an injury like this?
I think they just cut him.
Dude, I was going to ask, dude, they just flat out cut him.
Yeah. I think they did rework his deal to push some money back, but even when you push that money back, you still save some money. I think they got to do it.
Let me look at it right now.
I hate it. Like, Shep has always been the Giant throughout the years that it's like, this is the guy that you want to root for the most. Even though, injuries have kind of plagued almost his entire career. The Steve Smith comparisons get stronger and stronger.
His cap hit next year would be $12.5 million, and $8 million would be dead cap. So,
yeah, they got to do it.
But you're only saving $4.5 million.
They got to do it, though. They need every penny they can get. And $12.5 million for a guy that plays, like, we even said it on his PPP, where usually we are very, like, you and I are very liberal when it comes to, like, hey, you can't really predict player injuries. Sterling Shepard was the one player where we both agreed on, where it's like, yeah, you have to bank on this dude missing at least 4 games. And that was not a bad take. And it's been more than that. So you can't pay a guy. He's only
played like 6. I think this today was like a 6th game of the season.
You can't pay a guy $12.5 million when you know that he's not, when it's not even a guarantee he's going to be out there for 10 games. You can't. It stinks. I love him.
We'll see. Last guy on the boat trip. I'm so tired of the boat trip being tweeted every
maybe
time.
That's it. Maybe that's what we need.
Yeah. Read the ad.
Read the ad. All right. So, hey, fellas and ladies. It's getting close to the holiday season. This episode of Talking Giants is brought to you by our favorite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped. The global leaders in below-the-waist grooming are leaving 2021 with a new product. Clean yourself into the new year with their ultra-premium body wash. Also, special offer alert. Use the code GIANTS for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. 4 million men worldwide already trust Manscaped. Time to join them. Also, decent amount of Talking Giants listeners. I run into people at the stadium all the time. My friends tell my friends, use promo code GIANTS. They do. They don't regret it. 2022, it is on the way, and the last thing you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in your way and preventing this new year from being your best yet. 2021 sucked, especially for the Giants, and that's why Manscaped is making a splash and upping your grooming game. Their signature Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take down every pube in its path. And let's talk about being clean, feeling good, and smelling good. The new Ultra Premium Body Wash from Manscaped solves all 3 for the perfect addition for your daily grooming routine. But in the shower every day, and I hope you do it too. I hope you shower every day. This body wash is infused with aloe vera and sea salt, natural ingredients, to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized. With Manscaped, you'll be a brand new man and ready to kick all the gross hair and smells out with 2021. So what I want you to do, I want you to get 20% off and free shipping with code GIANTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code GIANTS. Happy New Year to your balls. I'm all in on confidence and smelling good this new year. Join me with Manscaped.
Sorry, I'm reading Twitter.
That's okay. Can't miss anything.
Patrick Graham is the reason why Joe Judge is going to have a job next year.
It's fair.
Like Patrick Graham, they held this team to 21 points after the offense had 4 turnovers.
2 offensive touchdowns they had, the Cowboys?
Yeah, 9 points were directly because of Giants turnovers on offense. The offense did them 0 favors, and they held this Cowboys offense that has all these weapons to 21 points. Dak threw the ball 37 times for 217 yards, had less than 6 yards per attempt. Their running game was 30 carries for 125 yards, basically the same as the Giants' rushing offense. Like they put up the same rushing offensive performance. In fact, a little worse than the Giants. And you keep Dak under 6 yards per attempt, 21 total points in a game where your offense screwed you over. Patrick Graham, the more that I've thought about it, like Joe Judge, and I think Joe Judge takes were annoying me to the point where I defended Joe Judge maybe a little more than he deserved on Wednesday. But now it's to the point where it's like, you know what? The only real reason that I have for keeping liking what Joe Judge has done is Patrick Graham.
Yeah.
Like that's the only tangible thing besides getting the team to buy in and attention to detail. But the only tangible thing I can pull from the field is the defense, and that's because of Patrick Graham. So Patrick Graham is the reason why I even have any inkling of liking Joe Judge. Because it's like, what has Joe Judge done? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
He hasn't helped the offense at all. And it's Patrick Graham is who I like, not Joe Judge.
Yeah, but Joe Judge is ultimately a part of that. I like to think.
I know.
We talk about it all the time.
Patrick Graham is the defensive coordinator, though.
Right. But we talk about it all the time, and you love to talk about how close they are, and clearly they do work together. It would be if it was the opposite foot. Like let's just say Jason Garrett was what a bizarre world this would be. Jason Garrett was the coordinator who really was operating well. And they were scoring a lot of points, and the defense was really, really bad. But we knew that Joe Judge and Patrick Graham were really, really close, and they go to the Senior Bowl together. The talking point would be a lot different. Well, it's clear that Garrett and Judge aren't close, but the offense is the one that's performing well. No, it's the closest coach that is to Joe Judge. It's Patrick Graham. Like those two coaches are the closest, and that's the unit that's performing the best. So it's not an excuse for Joe Judge. It's not. I don't think it's a good reason why he stays, but I think you're right, where along with John Mara liking Joe Judge's process, which whatever that looks like in the offseason, I think that's what it is.
Can't believe John Mara's going to screw this up, man.
Yeah, it's gonna. Can I say something? I saw Chris Canty today, and he had a take this week. The take was he went on Jordan Ronan's podcast, and can you summarize it? Can you summarize it better than I can? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think he basically just said that
there's a possible GM candidate out there.
Oh yeah, that there was a GM candidate who wouldn't work with the Giants because of Joe Judge, which I don't know 100% believe. I think that's just Louis Riddick talking shit.
Now, Anthony Isidori, Snacks's brother, I told him, I said, go up and ask him if that was Louis Riddick. I made him do that, and he said no. It was not Louis Riddick. Do I believe him? No. But Chris Canty said it was not Louis Riddick, but it was somebody that Giants fans would like. So what that tells me is that Chris Canty is saying that about somebody who is probably not a candidate for the Giants.
Who would Chris Canty be able to talk to that would say that to him?
I don't know, Tom Coughlin?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so I really don't know. Besides Louis Riddick, I don't know. Like who does, this is no hate to Chris Canty. I mean, he was a nice guy, took a picture.
No, I'm just saying, who would Chris Canty know that, is a GM candidate?
I don't know. Tom Coughlin.
He's a former New York Giants player. He does New York radio for ESPN. It's
Dave Rothenberg.
Yeah, unless the guy plays, the assistant GM for the Jets? I don't know.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, maybe it's what's this McCagnon? I don't know. So that's something. That's a little nugget.
Should have pressed him a little more on it. Who is it? Off the record, who is it?
So he's a big man. He's not intimidating, but he's a big man, and I wouldn't want to.
Wow, you don't think Chris Canty's intimidating?
Well, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Had a nice green sweater on. Good looking man.
So yeah, Mara's gonna screw it up again. But defensively, man, I mean, they freaking held their own today. And is Lorenzo Carter all the way back?
Oh, that's the big question. He had his best rep of the season against Rashawn Slater last week where he bent the edge, and he never bends the edge. And then 2 sacks today. He was playing fast. Is he back? I don't know. Did he need the year? And even before, Lorenzo Carter ends the season.
Give him a 1 year, $1 million deal.
Lorenzo Carter ends the season with 0 sacks. I'm still not as low as on him as I am Will Hernandez, and I would be very willing to bring back Lorenzo Carter for a backup deal. Like I'm very down for that.
1 year, $1 million. Let's give just the entire 2018 class 1 year, $1 million deals.
It's funny how BJ Hill's probably going to get the most money out of anybody, probably outside of Saquon.
I mean, let's see. I guess there's only 3 guys left: Saquon, Lorenzo, and Will. BJ Hill's gone, RJ McIntosh is gone, and Kyle Lallette's gone.
Yeah,
and there's only 5 or 6 guys in that class, so everyone gets a 1 year, $1 million deal.
How many sacks does Aziz have now? 8. He got a half sack today.
Yeah, so I think that leads him at 8 total.
All right, so I think he needs a sack and a half more to officially tie Lawrence Taylor's rookie record.
I mean, Micah Parsons' rookie record?
Oh, that is true, yeah.
Just kidding, he's soft.
Jalen Smith played.
Jalen Smith looked better than our linebackers.
Which, that's not a high bar, but yes, I agree with you. Made plays.
So that was pretty interesting. I mean, and here, let's say something about Patrick Graham and keeping this Dallas team to 21 points. They had Jaron Williams was their second corner.
They had
Jaron
Logan
Williams
Ryan.
was their second corner, and they were able to keep the Cowboys at 21 points with all those weapons they have.
They had Logan Ryan in the slot a lot.
Yeah, which I am glad they did. Whoever was covering Dalton Schultz didn't do a very good job, which was Logan Ryan here and there. But yeah, it's like Jaron Williams was their second corner, and they held Dallas to 21 points. And Dallas had everyone except for Tyron Smith, which with the Giants' pass rush shouldn't be. It's not like we have Michael Strahan out there, and Tyron Smith would make that big of a difference. It's like it's Lorenzo Carter going up against you.
Leonard Williams played
pretty decently too.
That's unreal. Like literally the initial reports, we said our goodbyes to him on Wednesday's show, and we were like, all right. 108 games straight. See you next year, bud. You're a warrior. Nope. Made it 109. Played. Had a QB hit. Made a couple tackles. Nothing great, but I mean, that's insane. Insane. Good for him. Hope he doesn't do anything bad to it, but. What else? What else we got? People are very down.
Was muted.
People are very down on Logan Ryan.
I don't blame him. What does he do? I've been kind of quietly down on him all year. Make a play. He doesn't make any plays.
No, made plays last year. I mean, Jabril Peppers was leading the league amongst strong safeties in passes deflected, and I think Logan Ryan was like 3rd in the league amongst safeties in pass deflections. He's here, though. I don't think you can cut him.
Weird. Peppers is gone, and tight ends are starting to kill us. If you ask me who do we bring back next year, Jabril Peppers or Logan Ryan, it would be Jabril Peppers 10 times out of 10. Peppers has made more plays than Logan Ryan has this year.
I think Patrick Graham would disagree with you because he likes the 2-high system.
Well, screw you, Patrick Graham.
Whoa.
I want Pep. I want Pep back. You could put Julian Love as the second 2-high safety. How was the soda?
First of all, great idea. Great idea to ask me to do a soda review. I mean, that was an awesome content idea. And the text message that you sent me was pretty funny. You said, do a soda review or you're fired.
It was true. John Boy gave me the go-ahead on that one.
Oh, good. It was good. Like I said, it's so screwed up. It is so screwed
Someone
up.
told me like the whole league was doing something like that.
Oh, really?
I don't know, but
That's
it's so funny that they did that. We didn't get to talk about it on Friday, but it's just so funny. It's like, what did you think was going to be the reaction to doing that? Like, I feel like the league forced them because I feel like John Mara's is not even tone deaf enough to be like, all right, well,
No, they usually never do anything. They never do anything like that. They do
They would have
nothing.
been better off not doing anything.
I agree. I agree. But the one I would have enjoyed
And
it a
it's
lot
so
more.
funny, like you said, that they actually were like, no, like one per like group of season ticket holders. So if you had like a family of 4,
Yeah.
it's
You
like
pay-
you only got one soda.
You pay how many thousands of dollars per seat to like own the seats. So what you have to do, I don't know if you know how this works, Bobby, but the whole thing with PSLs is you don't just buy the tickets for that year. You have to like buy the seats to own the seats. That's like putting a down payment on a car, and then you have to pay, the monthly price or the yearly price on the car itself. So you put thousands of dollars down. Now I'm sitting up, I'm talking to God. So I pay the cheapest amount of PSLs out of compared to everybody, but especially if you have, I know people that have 5, 6 tickets that are down in the 100 section. It's like you got to pay that money, and then you have to pay every single year for the tickets, and you get one per PSL holder. And it's funny. So here's my interaction with the vendor person. Okay, I have 2 tickets. Can I get 2 sodas? Do you have 2 barcodes? No, they only sent me 1. Well, but I have 2 tickets, and the exchange literally went the same exact way as my Larry David video I did. But I have 2 tickets, but you only have 1 barcode. Yes, but they only sent me 1 barcode. It's hilarious.
You can send a link to snacks.
Yeah, let's.
I literally dreamed about being in like the suite.
You dreamed?
Yeah, like last night I had a dream about like being in like in the suite, and I woke up and like, well, I don't get to be a part of that because Justin's a dirtbag.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop recording. Let Snacks on. So we're gonna take a break and we're gonna welcome
just
him
keep
back on.
Keep it going.
No,
I'll read
because it'll lock out my camera. That's what it does. All right,
No,
taking a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome.
Hey
on.
everybody, we have a quick favor to ask you. We are incredibly grateful for each one of you in the John Boy Media community, and want to make sure that your experience as an audience member is the best it can be. So we can give you all the opportunity to share some feedback with us through an anonymous survey that can be found in the description of the episode. But wait! There's more. As a thank you, you'll be giving everyone who submits the survey a 20% discount code to the John Boy Media Store. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to complete, so please consider helping us out. I should have done this. I didn't do it yet. Again, all you have to do is click the link to the survey in the description of that episode and answer the question to get 20% off our store. Thank you for letting us learn more about our audience so we can make the community better than it already freaking is. Wow, what's going on?
Hey, all right. Hi, Snacks. How are you, bud?
Good. How you doing, Justin? You get home safe?
Oh,
Good.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Did Justin have a beer in front of him?
No.
Looked like you did.
Well, I'm gonna say no, but it may have been in front of him, but I don't think it was his.
How was the suite?
All right. So yeah,
You're welcome.
yeah. I was just gonna say thank
This
you
is
very
bull
much.
crap.
What do you mean it's bullcrap?
I wanted to go to a suite.
Maybe you don't live in the dirt pit of the United States and you could come, but
If I did live in the dirt pit of the United States, I would be able to go.
Oh, very funny. No, it was a great time. It was a great time. Justin, thank you for inviting me and my brother. We had a blast. And I know I got a little crazy towards the end, but I thought overall it was amazing. And those churros were delicious.
Oh my God,
They were
those
delicious.
churro. I mean, excuse me for the visual if you're listening to this early in the morning and you don't want to deal with this. I mean, those churros were sex. I mean, it was just, it was absurd. And
Yep.
I kind of blame that as to why I paid probably 5 minutes attention to this game. Because there were times where your brother was trying to talk to me about the Giants, where he was like, the secondary, James Bradbury, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
Where's the next churro?
do you see how freaking good this churro is? Like,
Yeah.
I held it up to him. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, I'm showing you how good this is.
Yeah, I remember I had to bring you over. I had to bring you and Antonio over once. So No, it was fun. Anthony, I know, had a blast. That's his bag. He loves it.
That was the funnest day of being a Giants fan.
It was a great day. It was very low key, and then we went into the suite. Me and Antonio had to walk across the stadium, which was ridiculous.
That was your worst decision of the day, is not coming in with us. That was the worst decision of the day.
I agree 100%. But the fact that we got in there and they took us 44 different directions, to me, was a little ridiculous.
Bobby, I have something to tell you. Random note. Fritz, who we met at FanFest, and he goes to TCU, is a great guy. Fritz messaged me on Instagram, and he was at the game today, and which insulting how he didn't run into us. He was at the game today. He was screaming, "Burn down MetLife," and somebody shouted back at him, "Shout out Bobby Skinner."
Hell yeah. I'm sure there's video of that.
I know. He just DM'd me on Instagram, and I believe him. He's an honest man.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Bobby, I'm glad you're feeling better, but
I'm feeling weird right now.
Why do you look like that?
What do you mean?
You look like an idiot.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the scroll on your face.
Justin, am I wrong here?
The ball and mustache.
Come on.
Listen. I'm in no place to call anybody an idiot. All right. No place.
Then don't do it.
You're
That's
right.
why I'm not going to.
Neither am I, but I'm gonna.
No, there you go. That's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
It looks good. I don't care what anyone says.
Do
you see? I'm surprised my Twitter account hasn't been suspended today.
Yeah, you were threatening.
Wait, you went off?
Oh man, I went off on Cowboys fans.
Yeah, Justin, I don't check my phone during the game.
He's threatened. Well, no, this is after the game. He's threatened murder.
Oh.
Well, here's what happened: is I try and get myself pumped up for the game on something, and I was pumped. I did pump myself up for this game.
Right? Yeah, it's Dallas.
I just tweeted out Micah Parsons is soft. I was like, because I was just so sick of Micah Parsons is soft.
It's like the same thing as 77-0 Giants. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what I tweeted out, and then one of the big Cowboys pages, Blogging the Boys.
Oh yeah,
their SB Nation somehow found it and quote tweeted like LOL, and then so as soon as they did that, I was like, okay, this is about to blow up because Cowboys fans, there's a ton of them. So I turned that tweet into a thread saying, I will murder every Cowboys fan. Like that was so I was like, let me get in front of these Cowboys fans who are gonna be like, add old takes, expose, blah blah. I was like, I'll just murder all of you. And so that brought them in, and then so I just started, after the game was over, I just started quote tweeting them. Like one said, come see me in Denison, Texas. And I said, yes. I'll burn that whole shitty city to the ground.
That's my favorite one.
Okay, so you did go in. I gotta look this up.
Yeah, just go through my Twitter. And then one was like, you sad or depressed?
I'll do it after. Yeah.
I said, you can look at it right now. I was like, you stupid or from Texas?
And then another guy was like, LOL, easy to talk shit behind a phone face to face. You'd get dealt with P-word boy.
Well, no, at first he said, talking like that get you hurt for real. And I said, okay, pussy. And he said,
with all due respect.
LOL, easy to talk shit behind a phone face to face. You get dealt with, pussy boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I quote tweeted it with all due respect, I'll have your brains on the floor. That one probably got the most.
That's an image.
You were pissed, Bobby.
I wasn't pissed. I was having fun. I was laughing. And then the Blogging the Boys account that did the LOI said, whoever runs this page is gonna die tonight.
I'm thinking you're more pissed than you were bored.
No, I was definitely having fun with it. I was cracking up laughing. And then one guy,
because this is not like you.
One guy said something.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
no, this is like me. I just don't tweet this stuff out.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes,
I usually don't tweet it out. And then one guy just basically called his wife a hooker. I was going off on these fools.
That's all right. I told Tiki Barber's new wife that he cheated on his old wife. So you can do the same thing.
Did you give Chris Canny a kiss today?
I was trying my best to get suspended from Twitter.
Yeah, I read like 4 tweets. You tried very hard. And yes, Justin, I gave him a kiss on the cheek. I said, thank you for 2011. Really appreciate all you do. Him and my brother hit it off. I know you were talking about that for a second.
Yeah, I made him go up to him and ask about if Louis Riddick was the source.
100% is. 100%. I don't care what Chris Canty says. It's 100% the source.
That's what I said. It's 100% Louis Riddick.
Like Chris Canty is an ex-player who was like, he was okay, but he works at ESPN now. He's got no sources from being like some legend player like a Michael Strahan.
Yeah, unless the person worked for the Jets, then there's no way it's not Louis Riddick.
Right, exactly. It's Louis Riddick.
They had some penne vodka.
That's what I said on Friday. I was like, wow, Joe Judge really is a good coach. He's keeping us away from Louis Riddick.
Yes, and you know what? It's like
Do you think people will turn down the job because of Joe Judge? Because I think that is something that might be something that fans think. But when the big picture and people trying to get GM jobs, I just don't think. Unless you're trying to like hire the best GM who's already a GM and they took a year off or something.
Right.
Like I just don't see Joe Judge keeping a GM away. And I understand the logic behind it. The logic 100% makes sense, but it's just I just don't see people that are looking for their chance, their one and only chance, they get offered it to say no.
Yeah. So maybe I'm still like nostalgic in the fact that the Giants are an organization that's well run, but if you have a chance of a GM job and the New York Giants are one of them, a flagship organization, and that's going to be your deteriorating factor, I don't buy it.
Like Matt Rule was the hot ticket in 2020,
right?
And he wanted the Giants to match, would you willing to match? Not willing to overpass. Will you be willing to match this to go work for Dave Gettleman, who was already on the hot seat? You know what I mean?
And they match a contract as the Giants coach.
I don't. There will be more desirable jobs. I get that.
They're still the Giants, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
no
no
matter how bad they are.
You're on my point, right? Yeah.
No matter how bad they are, and no matter how bad it gets, which it's pretty. I mean,
it's bad.
The record speaks for itself. You are what your record says you are. Bill Parcells. And
don't get me wrong, they're screwing this up. By the way, like the keeping Judge is screwing this up. But it's just,
absolutely, yeah.
But it's still the Giants. To Snacks's point, this is still a franchise where if you turn it around, you're it, and you're royalty. So I mean that's why don't end it the way Jerry Reese ended it. But
well, and you know what? A lot of people talk smack about Jerry Reese, but there can be consideration that he belongs in the Ring of Honor. Like
I would kiss his feet if I saw him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really would.
I long for the days of Jerry Reese, which is the most insane thing in the world. But me, my brother, and we went to my cousin's apartment after the game, hang out for a little bit, played some Mario Kart and whatnot, and we were talking. So Mark Messier in New York, he was a Ranger. He was known as an Oiler. He won like 5 Stanley Cups with the Oilers. He won 1 Stanley Cup with the Rangers, and he's only known as a Ranger. It's like you win here, it's very different. The New York Giants are a staple of the NFL.
Yeah.
As bad as they have been, you get to be the face to turn that around. Why the hell would you not want that job?
Yeah.
You come in with shitty circumstances, excuse my language, but you turn that around, you looked at in the biggest light. So
yeah, and again, I think they're screwing it up by keeping Judge, and the idea that
I agree with that too. But
John Mayer thinks he got his Belichick and Parcells. It's like, well, what has Joe Judge done? Like Parcells turned around every single team he joined. Bill Belichick has won 6 Super Bowls, and was part of 2 as a defensive coordinator. So that doesn't make any sense. Even had the Browns into the playoffs, Belichick. So that doesn't make he's screwing it up. Like he's screwing it up again. But I do think if they offer the best person for the job, the GM job, that person's going to take it. That's basically my point.
Right, exactly. But and that's the biggest thing. Do they offer the best guy the job?
Yeah, they probably won't. They probably won't. They got to get lucky.
We can't even evaluate who is the best because it's so tough. Which that's why we've talked over the course of we've always talked about this, Bobby, where it's just so tough to talk about GM candidates Because unless it's a former GM or unless they're on social media, how are you going to evaluate what a person actually values? Now you can look at the organization and you can look at the moves that they made, but we don't know the input that they had. So it's not an impossible thing, but it's just tough to, like, if you're looking for like our take on it, it's just like, well, it's an uninformed opinion. That's really what it
it's
is.
like we could get the Ravens assistant GM, and
Great.
I love everything the Ravens have done, but that doesn't mean that guy knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
But it's also a thing like I'd rather take my chances on a guy like that than.
Well, yeah. There's we'll have our preferences on guys, but it's like it's not like an offensive, like you hire an offensive coordinator. It's like, okay, let's go see what their offense did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Snacks.
Are you all in on Jake Fromm?
Oh, Jake Fromm, yeah. I got to tell you, Justin was pinpointing like little things he was doing, and I'm looking at Justin, not even watching the game. I'm like, what?
The sidearm just threw me off.
The sidearm,
yep.
That was it. I'm glad you brought it up. Yep, the sidearm was. What was that?
I don't know. He like Bobby said, didn't do that.
He really wants to talk about Jake Fromm. Look at him.
No, we talked about him.
No, I know. I've been listening.
I mean, just thought some of the anticipation throws were pretty good too. You know, where guys are turning their head and the ball's coming out of his hands, and
finally got Galladay on the sideline.
Finally, out of all quarterbacks this season, gave our $72 million contested catch wide receiver an opportunity to go up and catch a football in a one-on-one situation. So, it's kind of simple, but I guess it's not that simple. But Jake Fromm, I guess, made it simple. So
3 more games. We got the Eagles, the Bears, and Washington.
So the Bears are the only game I'm like actively rooting to really win.
Washington's a home game. Is the Bears? No, Bears is in Chicago.
Bears are away.
So you guys have one more game.
Grump and the Cranky fan are going to that Bears game.
Yeah, they're idiots, by the way. I mean, I love them. They're great tailgate patrons, but they are idiots.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. I would try and sell my tickets.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. But
so you guys have one more game to go to this year, Washington.
One more game, yep.
Week 18.
And Justin, we're going, right?
You're not going to be evaluating that game. So, Justin, you could just enjoy it.
Oh, that's fun.
Justin, it actually just might be me and you. So.
Well, no, David's coming too.
Because my brother doesn't want to go. I don't think any of my friends want to go. So it might just be me and you.
So why don't you come in parking? I think some of your friends are going to wind up going. So if it's just you, then come to parking lot K.
Well, yes, if that's the case, then I will. Yeah.
David Powis, myself, and you. Boom.
Oh, David's coming. All right.
Yep.
Nice.
That's like cool. I'm gonna be forever indebted to David Powis for what he did to me with Bleeding Blue and helping me out for those 2 years. So I'm giving him free Giants tickets whenever he needs them. So
yeah, it's nice that you really appreciate him giving him the last game of the year that no one cares about.
That's true. Well, I asked him. I gave him the
We're gonna win that game too.
Of course they are. Yeah, of course.
I genuinely hope, because the 2019 against the Eagles was really, really fun. Week 17, because Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins beat the Patriots. So since they won that game, regardless of what the Giants did, win or lose, it didn't impact their draft position. I really, really hope we're in a spot where it's like the Panthers have won enough games and either the Giants win and the Bears pick swaps for 5 and 6 or something.
It doesn't matter.
I really hope week 17 I can just go nuts and just root for the Giants.
Yeah.
Like nuts. Because that 2019 game was so fun against the Eagles, and it was a fun game.
Yes,
Jones did kind of well, and it was a rainy game.
I'm gonna say that was freaking raining. That wasn't fun.
Well, it was a fun game to root for the Giants for no reason.
All right. So, mustache is miserable, but I know what you're saying, Justin. Have everything locked up, the draft position locked up.
Yeah, so just win.
Root for a win.
Just
root for a win, right. And hopefully that ruins Washington.
We don't have to record a podcast that night either.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Well, we're not doing it? Oh, because we're going to wait for Black Monday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
If
we don't make the playoffs, we don't record on the last Sunday of this season. You never know, Glennon could be fired that night.
He could be fired that
Snacks, we're going out.
Where are we going?
We're going to celebrate. We're going somewhere.
Where, Sunday night?
Yeah, David will come too.
Last year, we freaking live streamed and watched the Eagles.
That is true. That is true. That was one of our best live streams, but it was miserable.
No, I disagree. The 2020 draft, day 2 was the best live stream
Oh, that is yeah.
You had
when
people
you're
pissing on camera.
pissing in the bottles. How are we gonna top that this year?
We'll see.
Me and Bobby have been texting on the side. We got a couple ideas.
We'll
All right,
figure
good.
something out.
Good.
All right, that's an episode. We'll be back on Wednesday for a mailbag. Even though I would kind of want to cancel the mailbags for the rest of the season, but we can't. So we'll see you guys then. Appreciate you. Until then, let's go Big Blue.